Yuri Sarmiento, Chief Executive Officer of Egypt Transport Corp. The Egypt project was started actually in 2009 with the Institute for Climate and Sustainable Cities. We launched it in Makati and we offered free rides para sa lahat ng commuters from the time it was launched and to the time na nakakuha kami ng franchise from the government, which is this only February 2012. So, ang Egypt tumatakbo lamang sa battery, electricity supplied by the batteries. Hindi kami kumusumo ng oil, wala kaming usok, wala rin kaming ingay. So, 70% ng Egypt manufactured dito sa may local component. So, yun ang isa ng gusto namin sa Egypt. Nung kami ay nag-launch nung commercial launch ng this year, ang ginawa namin kasi nakita namin yung problema ng mga drivers din. Aside from curbing pollution, we also was able to solve the problems of the drivers. Ang ginawa namin sa drivers namin, imbis ng boundary system, ginawa namin silang salaried, complete with the government-mandated benefits like SS, Pag-ibig, PhilHealth, 13th month pay. So walang driver, jeepney driver na may 13th month pay. And on top of that, meron pa silang birthday leave. So isang mga bonus na para mapagaan yung trabaho ng mga drivers natin. And napansin namin, nung binigyan namin ng security of tenure ng mga drivers, nagkaroon ng disiplina sa daan. Ito yung mga gusto namin i-resolve sa Egyptney. Hindi lang naman kasi pollution, but it's also an opportunity for us to look at the way we live things, the way we live our lives. Kung bakit tayo nagkagantong problema. Napunta tayo sa problema ng climate change dahil mali ang ginawa natin pamumuhay. At ito yung isang magandang opportunity for the Egyptney as a vehicle for change. Well, we are talking with several LGUs, one of which is Pasig Mayor Bobby Eusebio, para mag-expand yung Egyptney. We are also looking at investors who would like to invest in a fleet of Egyptney. We are packaging it like a Jollibee franchise. So franchise per route. So yun yung mga directions namin. Hopefully within early next year or late this year, mayroon pang isa pang fleet na bubuksan kami within Metro Manila. May mga birth pains talaga from the technology itself. Kasi hindi, nung simula kami, wala namang manual na ito yung gagawin natin sa Egyptney. So technically, nagkaroon kami ng mga problema. So we have to tweak the technology a little bit, work with a lot of people for the technical improvement ng Egyptney. Until such time na ito nga, nakapagdabas kami ng fifth generation na Egyptney. Mas malaki, mas maganda, mas matibay, mas mahaba yung range. So, aside from the technical problems, nagka-encounter ng mga, acceptability ng tao. Na pag umulan daw, makukuryente sila pag nasa loob sila ng Egyptney. So, Egyptney naging electric chair. So, yun yung mga misconceptions na we also have to deal with. And third, and I think the biggest challenge actually comes from the government. Kasi yung policies nila, hindi tugma doon sa development ng technology. We actually could have launched the Egyptney since 2007. Pero hindi namin nagawa dahil walang LTO plates. At that time, para ma-register ng Egypt sa LTO, kailangan naghalap ang LTO ng tambucho. Wala nga kaming tambucho. So for 2 years, nag-uusap sa yung tambucho. Kasi nga, nandun sa kanilang manual, procedure, na kailangan may checklist. Pag wala nun, walang mission, walang registration. So yung mga ganong policies ang nagkakaroon ng problema. So pati expansion namin, nagkakaroon ng problema. Dahil nga, puno na raw dahil andyan na yung mga jeeps. From time to time talagang magkakahinaan kayo ng loob. Pero isa na advocacy kasi. Hindi namin aim na pagkakitaan ito. Ang gusto talaga namin magkaroon ng change. So, humuhugot lang kami ng lakas from our friends, from our colleagues, and sa mga tao na rin. In Makati, we have 21 units there. In Pasig, Ortigas, CBD, we have 4. Hopefully, by the end of the year, an additional 6 units will be added here in Pasig City. We're looking at another 20 units of e-jeepneys soon here in Metro Manila. We cannot yet announce the location, but we will have another fleet. one thing na natutunan namin sa inclusive mobility is that hindi kami nag-isa. Marami pala kami mga siraang ulo. Marami rin pala mga tao na the same kind of thinking. And that there's just so many projects out there that is very good in concept but also needs support not only from the public but also from the government. Well, so 50,000, siguro ang gagawin kasi namin is that we will invest on a new technology na magpapaganda sa Egypt. No? So, yun yung mga bagay na pinisipan namin para mag-improve lagi. Always innovating yung aming product, Egypt.
I'm Lelaine Guenzon. I'm the Public Relations Officer of Circle of Friends and at the same time the Production Manager. Circle of Friends was founded in 1998 by our boss, Mrs. Margaret Noor, who is a volunteer from Tahanang Walang Hagdanan. Wheelmobile was founded to give quality, dignity, and mobility for persons with disability. Nung nagbo-volunteer yung boss ko sa Tahanang Walang Hagdanan, she used to travel from different places. And nakita niya sa ibang bansang pinuntahan niya na merong mga accessible transportation na wala sa Pilipinas. So pagbalik na dito from Hawaii, they have this taxi. Binuhay niya, ipinanganak ang Circle of Friends Foundation na unang-unang project ay ang Wheelmobile. Lagi nagiging problema namin yung mobility. Tapos one time, it was the entry into force ng Pilipinas sa United Nations Convention on the Rights of Persons with Disability. Napaka-memorable. Doon ko na-meet ang boss ko. Nakita niya akong bumababa sa pick-up, tapos pinicturean niya ako. And talagang takot, parang nakita niya yung hazard, saka yung takot na anytime pwede talaga akong maaksidente. Kasi imagine mo, nasa taas ako ng pick-up, na yung parang tri-patrol ng mga maliliit na barangay. Anytime talaga, pwede ka madisgrasya. So, kinausap niya ako, tapos doon na nagsimula na maging involved ako sa Circle of Friends. Una, bilang ang trabaho ko, PR lang. Parang, kailangan ko lang gamitin yung Wheelmobile para makita nilang may nakasakay na PWD. And later on, kinuha na nila ako as their PRO. Yung mindsetting siguro ng tao, kasi kung ikukumpara siya sa taxi, masasabi mong mahal. Pero kung yung comfort, yung safe, masasabi kong practical. And hindi pa rin mahal talagang. Kasi kung magre-rent a car ka, rent a van, pinakamababa 4,000, wala ka pang gasolina, wala ka pang driver. Kami 2,500 a day lang, kasama na yung driver. Tapos ano pa talaga, equip o parang angkop na angkop talaga sa PWD sasakay. Una-una is yung issue ng safety. Hindi ko kailangan buhatin papasok ng van, saka pababa ng van kasi we have mga trained drivers na nag-a-assist talaga sa amin. And yung ginhawang bigay sa amin, saka yung I feel dignified pag nakasakay ako sa Wheelmobile. As of now, we're into parang nagdi-design kami ng new generation Wheelmobile. Sige, kasi talagang mabilis magbago ang technology. So, ngayon siguro baka baka susunod hydraulic na yung mga ramp namin. Medyo mas magaganda na yung feature and mas malalaki. Mas marami may sasakay. Wheelmobile won third prize in the recent Inclusive Mobility Challenge, and thank you to Ateneo for inviting us. This is another mileage to us na parang it's not only promotion because of this award, people are now aware na we exist. And napakalaki na maitutulong itong ganitong award giving body kasi nabigyan pansin ang Wheelmobile at ang aming Circle of Friends Foundation. And hopefully, kahit hindi na kami lumaban, maging bahagi kami nitong pagpupromote ninyo ng mobility. And hindi lang yun napakaganda talaga nung project na inilusad ng Ateneo. And thank you talaga to Ateneo.
Nick Del Castillo. I'm a member of the Tiklop Society of the Philippines. I'm one of the officers of TSP. Tiklop Society of the Philippines is an advocacy group we advocate the use of folding bikes and for bimodal transport, bimodal travel. Yung bimodal meaning two modes of traveling. So you can bike and then you can fold it and then you can either ride the train or ride the bus or ride the jeepney or ride the taxi. Depende nga yun sa capacity mo. But for some of our members, we really bike all the way. They really bike to work. You know. So we advocate the use of folding bikes. One, apart from having it the capacity to be folded, it also is good for those who have little space in their home. So if you fold it, it occupies less space than a full bike. Our founder is Pio Fortuno Jr. He founded the TSP in 2009, and he saw the potentials of bimodal travel in the States. So when he came here, he returned home. He sort of wanted to bring that idea here and promote that idea. So because it really does, one, it saves on gas and it saves on space and it promotes also a healthy lifestyle. Actually, yung TSP was formed in 2009, but if you go to Bulacan, they've been using folding bikes ever since. Kasi yung marami sa mga folding bikes dito sa Pilipinas are come from surplus bikes na galing sa Japan. Ito yung mga parang discarded or unused bikes from Japan na binibenta dito at a lower price. So sa Bulacan, mas marami nang gumagamit ng folding bikes. It's only in 2009 na na-organize ni Pio yung group, and then yung promotion or yung advocacy was more organized and based in Manila. So in a way, hindi pwedeng sabihin na kami yung nagpauso ng folding bikes, but it's more of yung organization lang nung advocacy ang nasimulan ng TSP. Well, challenges naman talaga ng bike use in general, kasi hindi lang naman we're still apart from advocating bimodal travel, we still in general we advocate the use of bikes. So kasama talaga kahit full bikes, no. So kung ang main challenge talaga is one, public acceptance and government support. By government support, we mean yung adequate space for bikes, or at least man lang sana yung ma-recognize din ng mga road users that bicycles and or cyclists have also a right to use the road. So in a way, part of our campaign is also to educate the public on what cycling is about, what people and bicycles is about. Kaya yung isa sa mga motto namin, pakita ko yung likod ko. Yan. Yung share the road. Yan yung isa sa mga ina-advocate din namin na we want the public to realize that the road can be shared, and in fact kung more people will use bicycles, you will actually have less traffic kasi you occupy less space on the road. TSP is only advocating the use of bikes. What we do in our group is we point people to where they can buy. Sometimes yung iba, some of our members also go into yung buy and sell. They buy used bikes and then we sell it, parang ganun. So, but there are also some importers already of branded bikes like Dehon, Strida, mga yan, they Peerless, ano pa ba? Giant, mga ganyan. Makikita mo na yan sa mga local bike shops. We really plan to continue promoting the use of folding bikes or bikes in general. We do plan to involve or at least convince shops to be more bike friendly. In fact, yun ang ginagawa namin in our weekly rides. We try to patronize local stores and see if they will allow bikes. So sometimes yun, isa sa mga challenges din. Sometimes yung I don't know if you call it stigma or ano na pagka nakabike ka parang hindi ka pwede sa store namin, no? Parang gano'n. So it sometimes it takes convincing but we do it in a polite manner na we talk to the supervisor, we show them, oh ito look, when we fold our bikes it occupies less space, and many of our members are actually demonstrating in public in their own ways. Sometimes they go to a grocery or department store, nakatiklop yung bike nila, iro-roll lang nila papasok, okay naman, and then many people are intrigued, uy pwede pala yun, gano'n. So yun lang, yung mga ganun na actions goes a long way in promoting our cause. Oh, well, of course, we gained public exposure, which is what we wanted. Basically, yun yung aim namin in participating in the Inclusive Mobility Challenge. Kasi we saw it as an opportunity to really bring it to a larger audience. Makikita ng ibang ano na it's also one of the efforts in reducing greenhouse gases, and also yun nga, being more inclusive for people to be mobile. Yan.
I'm Junei Yasol. I am General Manager of Junei Yasol, Alternative and Renewable Energy Consultancy. Yeah, our project is the onboard self-recharging system for electric vehicles. It's a device that eliminates battery recharging on the grid or in charging stations in order to make e-trike or e-vehicle driving efficient, economically viable, and self-sustaining. Actually, these devices are commonly used in alternative and renewable energy devices like wind and solar system, like charge controllers, inverters, permanent magnet alternators, and I just reconfigure it to be used on electric vehicles in order to utilize the usefulness in managing stored power and using it for the electric vehicle. Well, the biggest problem is Filipinos are quite ignorant, you know. They thought you're doing magic. Well, when in reality, these devices had been existent all along. Now we just kind of reconfigure them and utilize them for the good of the electric vehicle. But to people in the who are in the industry or pushing for the industry or dreaming for the e-trike industry, they kind of refuse to listen that an OSRS, or the onboard self-recharging system, is very vital to the success of the e-trike industry. Because the biggest problem of e-trike is recharging. And with the limited charging station, that will pose a big problem to the driver operators. At least I was able to make this device known to some people, and hopefully some of them will pick up this kind of device and start utilizing it for the electric vehicle industry. We're trying to come up with a commercial design that would be fit for government testing, verification, and the like, in order to make it commercially in a commercial mass production scale, like that.